Watch KSTV weeknights at 7:30 and 11 Eastern, and anytime with Insight on Demand on Channel 103.
Now, the UK basketball team had zero problem getting to the basket against South Carolina, and they set the tone early with 8 dunks in the first half. And Perrin Johnson is going to take us through some of those to see how Kentucky was able to get to the rim so easily in this week's edition of the Cats Close-Up, presented by the John Kenyon LASIK Center. Perrin, this team is able to get easy baskets. Dunks are the easiest baskets, but they don't just happen because they just show up and get a dunk. You're going to show us how they happen. Let's look at the first.
Absolutely. The first play we got right here is a press. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Marcus Teague come together and they make a perfect trap. They force a bad pass. Terrence Jones steals the ball, throws it ahead, and when you throw the ball ahead, you always end up becoming a receiver, and he gets a receiver right here, and he's a dunk. Easy play.
He threw it ahead and also was in the middle. People talk about on fast breaks, Perrin, you always want to be in the middle. Why?
Because your first goal is defense is to stop the ball. So once they stop the ball, you throw the ball up. After you come inside on a defender, you got to go out because you got to go stop the ball. So once they go out, they open up the floor, and Terrence Jones runs down the middle. You run the rim and get a dunk.
A perfect 3-on-2 break there. If you go to a UK practice, they work on 3-on-2, 2-on-1, 4-on-3 breaks all the time.
And the best shot is a high percentage shot.
What's next?
The next play right here, we got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist has a pick and roll. He passes to Darius Miller because they have an overload on that side. Darius Miller gets in the middle of the lane. When you get to the middle of the lane, great things happen. And he throws the ball up to Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis might as well change his name to Go Get It because that's what he does. He goes and gets it.
Darius Miller, though, even though this is a Davis dunk, would you agree, Perrin, this is a Darius Miller play?
Yeah.
Not only does he pump fake on the three, he gets to the middle, which, as we've talked about, hardest place to stop.
Look at the options he has. Darius can shoot this ball. He can pass it to Terrence Jones. Somebody's going to be running at him, which is what you do. When somebody's running at you, you're taught to drive the basketball. And when you drive the basketball, you get to the middle because you have the most options. He gets to the SEC logo, and that's all day. Anthony Davis should have got a foul on that play because he got fouled on that play.
And, you know, if you watch this again, he could have actually lobbed it to Jones as well. Jones was open for a dunk, too.
Absolutely, because defense is always taught to rotate up, so that pass is always going to be open every play.
I've heard Calipari say UK's offense is at its best when Darius Miller gets to the free throw line on the offense, and he did it there. What's next?
Absolutely. Right here, same play. Anthony Davis sets this high screen, throws it to Terrence Jones for a dunk. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is probably the most underrated passer on this basketball team. You see how far this pass? This is 30-plus feet. Watch where he throws it, but he throws it from the O. Look at this.
Now, part of why this play happens is also the defense South Carolina's in. They were trying early to trap ball up high. You see 2 guys going to the ball, and then that allows offside movement. But there's only a few teams, Perrin, that can take advantage of that with this kind of athleticism.
And then he can still throw it to – look, Darius Miller is wide open, but this is a great pass. It's right on the money. He tries to get there. He can't get there. Terrence Jones finishes as he does always.
All right, let's look at the next one.
The next play right here we have Terrence Jones passes to Marcus Teague. He's running the lane. Marcus Teague throws it up to Anthony Davis, which is a bad pass, but Anthony Davis is so athletic. He recovers it with his left hand, puts 2 hands on the ball, and puts it in the rim.
This is what we were talking about, the go-go gadget arms there, able to go and get that. Once again on a fast break, Perrin, where's Marcus Teague? In the middle.
But when you look at this, you got 1, 2, 3. You got three blue shirts ahead, you got 2 gray shirts. And then you got another 2 blue shirts coming down. They're still beating them down the court. Look at this.
If you watch also after Davis gets a dunk, watch on the other side of the court, Michael Gilchrist on the break. He also could have had a dunk. It was just like the play before. He could have picked which guy he wanted to take this shot.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Anthony Davis, with his athletic ability, he can recover multiple deficiencies. And like you said, that was a bad pass, and nobody else probably would have caught that in the country.
That's true. What do you got next?
The next play we got right here, we got Anthony Davis. He blocks the shot. He does like Bill Russell, keeps it in play, gives it to Marcus Teague. Marcus Teague, the maturation of him is getting so much better. Look at this no-look pass. Boom. Freezes the defense as he comes down court, drops it off to Terrence Jones, and look at the smiles on their faces. Look at that right there.
That is actually very telling. That was the play where the whole team was smiling. Now, how does this happen here? Let's tuck it from a defensive end here. How is Terrence Jones so open? I mean, South Carolina is back. All 5 players are back. Does their guy cheats off? Is he trying to set a trap there? How does he end up so open?
Now, I don't want to take away from Marcus Teague because he makes a great play. But you can see the confusion on South Carolina because Kentucky is so fast, they're not able to find their man. Now, Anthony Davis is down court, so you have the big guy high at the top when you watch this play. And you see the big guy high, he's got Anthony Davis. So the guy that's right next to Terrence Jones should pick him up because the point guard has to stop the ball. But what does he do? He gets stuck watching the ball, and Terrence Jones gets the easy play because Marcus Teague makes a great pass.
UK is very good at sort of taking advantage of other people's mistakes. What's next?
Now, they run this play again for the 4th time, and it's not a replay, people at home. It's not a replay. Sets the screen. He gets to the middle of the lane once again, and it's just a lob.
Now, this is the part where I was watching this game with a couple of friends who said, does South Carolina scout at all? Because you're right, Perrin. This is the exact same play, does the exact same thing.
Out of our 5 plays, this is the 4th time we've seen this play. It's the same play, comes off the screen, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Darius Miller, you got to come out there because he can shoot it, lob dunk. And if you watch it again, defenses are always taught to do rotate toward the ball. They have no choice but to rotate up because if they don't, that's a shot.
Yeah, or if they don't right there, that's a shot. But now they do have to, on the weak side, they got to get Anthony Davis there. And in the second half they did, but they didn't in the first.
Absolutely.
What's next?
So now we got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist has the ball. Defenses are taught to rotate up. They throw it up to the rim. I mean, you can't guard this.
This is the part. Now, we've heard Calipari say that when we're clicking, we can't be guarded. Explain what they're talking about. When Gilchrist gets the ball right here, why is it this is so hard to guard?
Because he's been shooting the ball well. So what? And look, nobody's at him. The guy in the middle of the lane should be on him, and he gets there late. So he's running at him late. He's on his heels. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, explosive as he is, he gets down the lane. If you don't step up, that's a dunk. So the guy rotates up off of Anthony Davis. All he does is put it by the backboard.
And just like the other play, he had Terrence Jones as well. He could have had another.
Yeah,
dunk.
And this is not a replay.
Yeah.
So right here, this play, this is what I call great effort right here. Effort and energy. Anthony Davis tries to block. He forces a change in the shot. Terrence Jones waits for it, and throws it out of bounds. You got to love that right there. Look at the effort. Look at that. Look at that. You never see. When's the last time you see Terrence Jones smile that much?
You almost never see him smile. He's waiting. There was a play late in the game where they laughed about how many pump fakes they ended up taking. But it is the case that with all these shot blockers, it's got to be scary for a guy to even take a shot up through there.
And the thing about this play is right there, if it wasn't for Anthony Davis, his presence, once again, how it affects the game so much, he forces this kid to take a layup on the other side of the rim, which forces them to try to get the rebound, and there you have it. Their length and their ability is so phenomenal. Anytime they have a mistake, they can recover, and that's the problem why Kentucky is so good. That's why they're number 1 in the country.
Well, they've been good at everything they've done, and you've hit exactly. If you want to see how Cal's offense works at its best, especially with a guy like Anthony Davis on the floor,